What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Keepin It Real Podcast, episode lucky 13. With me always is the Robin to my Batman, the Shaggy to my Scooby, the Barney to my Fred,
I'm
Mr.
about to be
Ryan
your Apollo
Espey.
Creed to your Rocky here.
How's it going, Ryan?
I'm, I'm doing pretty good, man. How are you doing
Not bad.
there, Batman?
I just came up with that off the top of my head. It's
yeah,
pretty good.
yeah, I could tell. Not, not a lot of real, genuine thought put into that one.
No.
Yeah, it's a little insulting. I mean, Robin is clearly the lesser of those two.
Mm-hmm. You picked up on that, hey?
I sure did. Yeah, sure did.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad.
Yeah.
So how about this snow?
We're talking about snow. That's how we're going to kick it off.
Yeah.
Winter's fighting back.
I'm so sick of winter.
Late rounds come back. I like it in small doses because it covers up all the bad stuff in the backyard you don't want to see for a little while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it saves me a little bit of work over the next couple of days.
Yeah.
But then it gets really messy after
it's
that.
Procrastination at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, whatever, man. What's going on? We're going to want to do the real estate roundup right off the bat.
Sure, real estate roundup.
Remember I told you I was going to tell you a little story last week about...
Yes. I got some messages asking me what the story was, and I said, to be honest with you, I don't know. So,
well, I mean, it's not. Maybe I built it up too much. There's once in a blue moon. Okay, you come across somebody, and normally when you go in and do a listing presentation, you have your price, they have their price, and their price is usually quite a bit higher than yours.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it lines up; it's pretty close. In this case, my seller had very low expectations. Like, can't tell you what her number was because I don't want to disappoint the buyer that came along. But I'm like, no. Like, we're gonna get you this, and she doubted my price, and it was one of those ones where you're not compromising. You're not, okay, you're $25,000 higher than let's list it. That we'll try it. It wasn't one of those things, or it wasn't like meet you in the middle. I was like, you got nothing to lose. I'm confident in this price.
Yeah.
We put it out there. We got it, and then some, because great house, great location, and person had lived there for a significant period of time. So only had comparisons from other ones that had sold, not really knowing what was going on with what's inside of them, all that kind of stuff. Putting all these things together, let's just say she's quite happy.
That's great.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But you run across one of those once in a while.
Yeah, usually they are. Well, a couple that jump to my mind is, I think you should list at $269, and oh no, we were thinking
$400,000.
Yeah. Or I think you should list around 150. Well, how's 270 sound?
How's 270 sound?
Yeah.
And then it sits, and it sits, and it sits.
I think it's important to note that, especially when you've lived in the same place for a very long time and you've raised your kids there, and maybe you've got memories with your grandkids, etc., all these emotional attachments to your house mean $0 added to whoever is buying your house. And I think
there's not equity in that.
Right. I think you have to really think about where your price is coming from, the price that you have in your head, because those things just do not matter to the buyer, and they may mean the world to you, and I understand that, but they mean nothing when it comes to dollars and cents.
On the flip side of that, when you go into a house and you're examining this, you're already going to know what I'm talking about, and you start looking through the house and you're making a list, either on paper or in your mind, of all the things that you would change or need to be fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Those numbers don't automatically come off the price. Those are things that if your realtor is worth hiring, that's what I'll say. If your realtor is worth hiring, they've taken all these things into account when the price was made.
Already factored in.
It wasn't the price of this house if it was new, and then when you come through and do your home inspection, you get to deduct all of these things that you can see.
Correct.
That's the price that's been considered when considering the factors. Now, on top of that, though, there's one more consideration. It's the things you don't see that a home inspection can uncover. Then it might unlock another level of negotiation.
Right.
And I'm kind of going through that with a place right now.
Okay.
But I mean, it's fair. You find some things that the owner was not even aware of. I mean,
yeah.
Then once you see them, you can't unsee them.
Right. That's interesting. Yeah. I think you and I have both experienced that, where there's a checklist made during the initial walkthrough, and
all of a sudden this house is worth $35.
Yeah. Depending on your needs and wants, yes, you could really go net zero with the price on anything.
Yeah. This is not the palace I envisioned. It needs $300, $1,000 in upgrades, and the price is $100,000. I will offer you $10.
Yeah, and to get there, I'm gonna need the seller to pay me to buy it.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh wow.
Anyway, it's been a busy week. The spring market is here, so get your house listed if you're thinking about it. Get it listed now. Things are selling. There's buyers in the market, and there's a lot of activity.
Awesome. What else is up this week in Portage?
Portage
Terriers.
Well, let's say congrats to the Portage Terriers for hard-fought playoffs, and they are now eliminated.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Steinbach has taken that series
in a 4-1 series to cap it off. And I know someone who's very, very upset about that is my youngest daughter, Kennedy, who has been going to a lot of the Terrier games lately with one of her friends. And when I broke the news to her on Sunday morning that the Terriers had been eliminated on Saturday night, she was not too happy. So now she's got next year to look forward to, and she'll be a year older, and she'll be that much more into it. So
that's right. There's always next year. And on that note, maybe touch on the Winnipeg Jets.
There's always next year.
There's actually, you know what? All of a sudden they're turning it on, and it might be a little too late, but we'll see.
Yep, beat the best team in the league.
And KFC came out with an announcement that they were going to have a Kyle Connor themed meal.
Yes, I saw that.
And I made a couple of inquiries about that. I said, are you guaranteed to cough it up at least once, or maybe choke before you're done the meal, or maybe Mark Scheifele will be there to feed it to you, or at least serve it up on a silver platter. I don't know, one of those things. I made that comment on Instagram. I do it in jest.
That's right.
Kyle Connor is a wonderful player when he's playing with Mark Scheifele.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, I mean, so they are still 3 points out of a playoff spot. Every team.
They're only 3 now.
I believe they're only 3, but every team in front of them still has a game in hand on them.
How many other teams are only 3 out of a wild card
4
spot? Okay.
In front of them. 3 or 4 teams in front of them. So, I mean, it is, and the games are running out, down to 9 games remaining or something like that. And that is a sweep by the Jets and a total fallout by 3 or 4 other teams to make that happen. So, contrary to what I said a couple of weeks ago on the show, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs.
And what did I say?
You said they're not going to make the playoffs.
I'll take that victory lap right now.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a little premature for that. However, I want to give a shout out to the guys, the Landing Strip guys. It's a podcast that they do on YouTube, and it's after almost every game, and it's like a delay because the guy that actually is the host is at the games, and then he drives home immediately and he goes live. And they have some interesting insights after every game, and they talk about who their tank commander is because they're cheering for the Jets to tank,
right,
so that they get stacked up for next year.
Right.
It's an interesting segment, and shout out to those guys and give it a watch. If you're a Jets fan, you'll like it. But
so they
also pull no punches.
They do it live.
Ooh, yeah,
that's dangerous. I don't
know.
I
mean, not really. I mean, they say some things that are, we're not talking politics here. We're talking sports.
That's true.
So,
I mean, I guess
it's opinion based
on our 12 released episodes. None of them have had any editing done to them as far as removing anything that we've said. So
a couple iffy ones though.
Couple if you
couple iffy ones. I don't know. But so far so good, and we're starting to actually, you know, gain some organic following here.
Yeah, did you notice one of our colleagues yesterday who brought up who had referenced our show in a meeting we were in?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually surprised that they are a viewer. So pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
But
shout out to you.
guys, fill up the comments though. Fill up the comments. We want to see what's up. Just tell us what you think, the good, bad, ugly. I won't delete them unless they are hate filled, and then I will
Mhm.
have to delete them. But
I know we do have a couple of loyal listeners south of the 49th parallel. Shout out to Baltimore, Maryland. Listen to every single episode. So
I might have said some unkind things about Baltimore in the past on here.
that's okay. They're aware.
Okay. I'm bringing it up, Colin.
What are you bringing up?
Let's talk about the NDP National Convention.
Okay. In Winnipeg.
Yeah. It just happened. They announced their new leader. Now, of all the good things they may have talked about, that's not what people are talking about.
No.
They're talking about the equity cards.
Yes.
Now, I am not so much on the fence with this one. I thought it was maybe a good idea, but bad execution. Like, the idea behind it was okay, but it turned into a circus, and now that's all people are talking about.
Yep. And so if you're unfamiliar, check it out. You can find it on any social media platform, clips from the convention and kind of what happened. And the whole idea behind the equity cards were for the organizers of the convention to be able to have certain groups respond to questions or have the ability to ask questions. That is not what ended up happening, and the equity cards actually stole the show for the entire convention.
They did.
And led to a lot of infighting from within the convention, and it turned out to be a bit of a mess and actually had the opposite effect. And like you said, the content of the actual convention, I couldn't even tell you any of it because all I've seen online is the infighting, primarily caused by these equity cards.
Yes. And if there's one saving grace, it's that we can count on Wob to jump in there with some comments about some political issues that are south of the border. And, he kind of steals the show when he gets on that. And I'm not going to say names because I don't want this particular episode to be flagged for something that it's not. But
that's right.
Yeah.
We've already used Batman and Robin, which are trademark names. So.
Yeah. Oh, you got us in trouble now.
Yeah.
We're paying royalties.
It's like Beetlejuice. You have to say it 3 times.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm sure we will move past this in a news cycle, as we always do.
Mm-hmm.
And it will not be the narrative going forward. Now,
do you notice how rapidly people forget both things?
Oh my
as far
goodness.
as the news cycles, like there's so much going on. Like I read a post yesterday. It was just random from someone who I don't follow, but you get the posts that show up. And the post was, "Whatever happened to Greenland?"
Yeah,
and you could say
what
the you could say the same thing about Venezuela.
Well, Trump keeps bringing that up, though. I said his name. That guy, he keeps bringing that up because he's like a victory that he celebrates on a regular
feather
basis.
in his cap.
Yeah.
And I mean, now obviously on to the Middle East and Cuba is his latest.
I don't know what's going on.
Kind of where he's turned his attention to. So, yeah, it's pretty funny how these major issues of 6 weeks ago are no longer talked about.
Well, yeah, I mean, and I won't say too much about Southern politics, but I mean, you can't basically just talk shit about some nation for a year and then say, "Why aren't you helping me?"
Right.
Like, come on.
Oh yeah, we can talk for a couple of weeks on that.
Oh yeah, we could go down.
But what are we actually talking about today?
What are we actually talking about? Oh, we've been doing okay. You know what? Hey, I want to give a shout out to the Portage Learning and Literacy Center because we had a meeting there yesterday, which I dipped out of early, and they don't get much attention, or maybe not as much as they deserve in the city. And they actually run so many good programs, from the obvious one is adult education to ID services. What are some of the other ones we learned about?
Immigration,
Yeah.
as far as employment placement and housing for new Canadians. They also, I don't know if you were still there for this part, but said that when, they do ESL, yes, ESL, yeah. And they said that when somebody who struggles a little bit with their English wants to get into a specific field, let's say dentistry, they will tailor their education to that.
It was language for employment or something.
Yeah, language for employment. So they will work with that person and make sure that when it comes to, let's say, dentistry or construction or whatever they want to get into, that they are up to date with all the terms, all the English lingo used within that field. So just strengthens their opportunity to find employment within that field, even though there's a language barrier otherwise. So.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. The other one was the income tax services for people that might be struggling a little bit, financially. They have a very, very affordable system there where you can go down and get your income tax taken care of.
No, it was. It's always nice to get an update on what certain organizations do within the city, because when you drive past that building, you have no idea the amount of programming that actually comes out of those four walls. So yeah, kudos to you.
And now for the nonsense portion of the show. We're going to talk about pointless arguments.
Yes.
So we're going to see where we stand on these, Colin.
Okay.
And, let's just, some of these are really weird. Like, I would be shocked if you are one way and not the other. Okay. This one, not so much. Pineapple on pizza.
Love it.
Yay or nay?
Yay.
You're a yay. Okay.
Yeah. It brings a little surprise.
I'm also a yay.
Okay.
And it's kind of funny because in my arm wrestling world, there's a couple of like real proud Italians, and I mean like from Italy, not by descent.
Yeah.
And there's another guy that will always order a pineapple pizza whenever he's in the room with them, and it's pretty funny.
And I'll tell you, in my household, the most commonly ordered pizza by my wife and I is pineapple banana pepper.
Weird.
Which is a weird combo, but everyone who's tried it, it's their go-to now.
I think I've actually had that at your house. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
This is a weird one.
Okay.
And you
hit me.
I'll tell you what, it's a core memory of mine.
Oh, okay.
Ketchup, fridge or cupboard?
Ooh, for me, it's always been fridge.
Yeah, because it's gross to store it anywhere
Well,
else.
I think it even says refrigerate after opening.
Do you want to know what my core memory of this is? Crocodile Dundee 2.
Okay.
Remember where he has to protect the woman and takes her to the Australian outback?
Yes, I do.
And they walk in that little cabin of his, and there's a bottle of ketchup sitting there. And he takes it and he puts it on bread and he eats it. I thought that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. But I was a pretty young person when I saw that movie. But yeah, Crocodile Dundee 2.
Oh, that's interesting.
Are boneless wings just chicken nuggets?
Oh yeah, essentially. Like, I don't know if you could make an argument otherwise. A boneless wing is a chunk of chicken that's breaded, just like a chicken nugget is.
The only, I think everyone thinks nuggets and they think about McNuggets that are basically a preformed, uniform, kind of flat piece of chicken. And
right.
What part of the chicken does that come from? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Snouts and earth holes.
The nugget portion.
But what's your take?
I'm with you.
Yeah, okay.
It's the same thing. In fact, I once attended a wing competition in Portage, and
Smitty's, old Smitty's.
No, it was actually at the Gillespie.
Oh, really? Okay.
And several local food places had set up their stands, and then one set up theirs, and I expected big things out of them.
Yeah.
But they just sauced up chicken nuggets.
Oh.
And they were not like the good ones. They were like, whatever.
GV brand.
What's that company? Cisco. Whatever they would deliver. Yeah. Which
Is that establishment still around?
I can't answer that question
Okay.
because it would totally give away which one it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I'll answer you off the show.
All right.
Crunchy versus smooth peanut butter.
Ooh, I'm in the middle on that. There's a mood for both of them.
Yeah, I'm with you. Mostly smooth, but once in a while the other way.
The crunchy I do find can stab you in the gums though when you least expect it.
Well, you mostly expect it while you're eating crunchy peanut butter, but it's not like you're 3 o'clock in the morning and all of a sudden,
you wake up to a noise and the crunchy peanut butter is standing above your bed.
above you with a knife. Yeah. How should a steak be cooked?
Medium rare.
Medium.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Well, I have a friend that likes blue rare, and it is. Might as well just have taken it out of the package and put it on your plate.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm always medium rare, and sometimes for me, it's safe because if they serve it rare, that's okay. I still enjoy it. If they serve it medium
on the red side there,
yeah. If they serve it medium, that's okay. I'll still enjoy it. But my brother-in-law and my sister eat their steak well done.
That's a crime.
Like jerky, and I just say, what is the point? Like,
just have a burger.
Just have a burger. Exactly. Do you know the finger trick with your?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I have to get into it now.
Yeah, you have to explain this now.
So you push on the fatty part of your thumb. That's rare. Now, if you connect with your first finger, that's medium rare. So if you're poking your steak, that's medium rare. Medium well done.
So the more you know.
And it actually works.
And you don't have to test it for well done. You just burn it. That's all.
That's true. You just destroy it.
This is a weird one because I've never heard of this. You know of anyone that pours milk in the bowl before their cereal?
No, because that's stupid.
Apparently that's a thing. We won't go down that path because I think we know.
Viewers, if you do that, come on.
It's weird.
Come on, man. It's weird. Doesn't your cereal just float on top of the milk?
Yeah. Okay. Shoes in the house.
Shoes in the house. Okay. So yes, but with stipulations. My family all wear shoes, some form of footwear in the house, but it is indoor only. Like, I don't like walking on a bare floor with my bare feet or my sock feet. So I always wear slides in the house. So does my wife. Kids wear slippers. Nobody really wears shoeless feet in my house. But there's indoor shoes you put on as soon as you get home. And you?
Indifferent, not usually shoes or any kind of slide. The only time I wear shoes in the house is when I'm using my gym. That's it.
Okay.
I'm not offended if somebody wants
steel toe slippers.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. Leaving dishes to soak.
No, hate it. Just clean them up. I mean, you've got to burn it onto the pan or the pot pretty bad to require it to need a soaking. Other than that, you're just being lazy and you're putting off the inevitable.
Well, yeah, okay. My wife likes that Le Creuset stuff, and it's very high-end cookware. But holy crap, is it hard to get stuff off?
Everything sticks to it.
You actually
Stainless
have to
steel.
Boil water in the pot sometimes just to get stuff off. But
yeah, I mean, there's exceptions, but for the most part, it's people.
Well, based on that answer, I'm going to ask you the next one, and I think I know your answer.
Okay.
Leaving laundry in the dryer for hours.
Leaving laundry in the dryer. Okay, so
the washer is a no-go.
Washer's a no-go. My wife and I have this conversation all the time. I'm okay if it's left in the dryer until someone's ready to put it away. What I'm not okay with is taking it out of the dryer and stuffing multiple loads into the laundry basket and not doing anything with it. Reason being is when it's sitting in the dryer, it's still kind of loose as it fell when the dryer stopped. When you stuff it all into a laundry basket, that's when your clothes are all covered in wrinkles. So
this is one of the reasons why I do my own laundry.
Mm.
Victoria does her own laundry. But when I have one full basket of laundry, I do it.
Right.
I don't wait for every article of clothing in the
Right.
world to be.
You don't have a day of the week or anything like
I
that.
squeeze it in there. And this is why I don't like laundry being left to the dryer, because when I go to use it, then I've got to.
Oh, so you've got a different situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because those are apartment rules.
Mm-hmm.
When your laundry's done, get it the hell out of the machines.
Yep.
Or it's going to end up on the floor.
Well, no. Because then I would just end up doing it again.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. The worst is when you open the washer and you see something that's been in there for like
a
good few days.
Yeah, it's got a stank to it.
You got to redo the whole thing.
Yeah. Shout out to my wife, though. She does most of our laundry. So.
Do we do this one? Making the bed.
Making the bed.
Pointless or necessary?
So I've got mixed feelings on this. I like to make the bed, but apparently it's not great to make your bed because you seal in everything from the night before.
Oh, come on.
I'm going to say, rule of thumb, in our house, we make the bed.
Are your sheets made of rubber by chance?
No, they are not. And to circle back to the laundry, when I take clothes out of the dryer, I dump them on the bed. And what I cannot do is dump them on an unmade bed, because then it turns into chaos. So I dump them on a nice clean bed, and that's when I put them away.
See, I can't. That's not even an option for me because of my dog. And if I dump my clean laundry in the bed, it's covered in dog hair.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. Lights on in empty rooms.
Not a fan.
No, I mean, yeah, what's
Even,
the point?
you know me and my frugalness. Every light bulb in my house is LED, so it uses a fraction of the power, but I'm still not okay with. If you leave the room, turn the light off. If you're not watching the TV, turn the bloody thing off. That's just me.
Thermostat settings. It's a fun one because it's mixed. Depends on my company that's coming is where my thermostat goes, because some of us run hot and some of us are living in Siberia perpetually.
So for me, year round, 20.5 Celsius is what my thermostat is set to. And nobody's allowed to change that except for me in my house.
20.5.
Yeah.
Mine goes down to 21 at night and 22 during the day.
Ooh, that's warm.
You feeling it warm in here right now?
Not at the moment. We are downstairs.
We're in the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine changes, like it'll go higher when certain folks are coming over.
Nope. 20.5. Whether that's the furnace or the central air running.
Now, if somebody touches your thermostat, what's your reaction?
Well,
bloodbath.
But they lose their fingers pretty quick.
Okay. These ones are a little more socially related. So, calling without texting first.
I hate phone calls, and I would much rather, text me first. If you really have to phone me, give me a heads up by text first. Jamie Bernard.
Jamie, you've been called out. Text him first. Yeah, I don't know. I'm on the fence. Like, if it's somebody close to me, like, just instantly they text me and say, "Hey, can I call you?" Just call. Like, if I can answer, I will answer. Right. If I can't, maybe I'm old school. But if you want to call me, call me. And if I'm busy, I simply won't answer, and you shouldn't be offended by that.
Right. There is a handful of people in my life that I will answer every time they phone, but it's very few and far between as well. And that includes my wife. If she's phoning, it's because she needs an immediate answer on something, which is pretty rare.
Yeah.
And you and I text all the time. So if you phone me, I answer because it's got to be something juicy.
Fair. All right. This one says K versus a full reply on a text message. So this goes Like unnecessary abbreviations. This kind of drives me crazy. It is a bastardization of the King's English.
Yes,
But we,
I agree.
so TY for thank you, that sort of thing. K.
Yep. My
What's-
mom is
what's
full
your
of those.
thoughts?
My mom is full of those abbreviations, and I find myself listening to a lot of the text messages in the car, and oftentimes does not pick up on the abbreviations, right? And I mean, you want to know what my biggest I
Yes.
would say top 3 pet peeves is? I'm not even talking texting, but this happens to fall in there, is when somebody responds with KK.
Oh, yeah, I'm not a big fan of the
No,
KK either.
I hate that, because if you are lazy and you just wanna hit K, okay, I get it. KK is stupid.
This is a contentious thing, but how do you feel about the thumbs up emoji?
I'm okay with the thumbs up
A
emoji.
lot of young people find that offensive.
Oh, and see, I use it all the time.
Yeah. There's some realtors I message and they like when you put OK in, it gives you the options.
Yeah.
One of them is a big green check mark, and I find that one coming to me once in a while. But I know you've written OK, you didn't write check mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't abbreviate much. I do use emojis, though.
Yeah.
I've been told I use a lot of exclamation points.
Okay.
KK.
Okay. Read receipts, on or off?
I've always just had mine off. You are a guy who always has yours on.
Yeah, because I don't care.
Yeah.
But I'm still like, I'm from a generation, and I don't mean to make myself sound super old, but
the gray in your beard does that for you.
Yeah, I know you got a little bit of yourself there. A little snow going on in the sea
in the
of
ginger
orange.
patch. Yeah.
So I'm of the opinion that, and I've had to explain this to my wife because my wife is quite a bit younger than I am, but this generation doesn't get offended from the lack of an immediate reply. So if you leave a message on a phone, if you send an email, a couple of hours is acceptable to wait. Because if I am in the middle of something, or I don't trust Siri to accurately represent my response, and I hit read in the vehicle on my Apple CarPlay, I will wait until I'm pulled over. That's fair. If someone is offended that I read their message and didn't reply to them within a certain period of time, well, I apologize for that.
Yeah.
And that's an empty apology because,
I mean, I guess I've just left mine off. So there is no confusion. Oftentimes when you send me a text, I'll read it right away. Anybody sends me a text, I'll read it right away.
I know you're doing it too, and I know you're leaving me on red.
Yeah, but I don't know, I'm busy. That circles back to the text before the phone call. Yeah. If you phone me like 3 times in a row, I'm not going to say his name again. It might just mean that I can't answer in that moment.
Victoria, stop watching this show right now if you're watching it. But the extra question marks followed by the hello do not encourage me to answer you quicker.
Do not expedite it.
In fact, it makes me want to answer you just a little bit slower, especially when, it is well known that I'm in the middle of a showing or a council meeting or a meeting with let's use the meeting we had yesterday with the learning center, Portage Learning and Literacy Center. And how would it be perceived by them if I started picking up my phone and responding to text messages in the middle of a presentation? So for that hour, the phone is in my pocket. I'm not looking at it. And if I do see it pop up on my watch, I'm not responding.
Well, and it doesn't even have to be in a professional capacity either. Like I often say to my wife, I'll be telling, she said, "How was your day?" And you're in the middle of telling it, and then she'll pick up her phone to read a text she just received. And it's just like, well, did you still want to hear about my day? Like, it's okay for your phone to buzz and you not address it right away. That drives me crazy, especially when you're in the middle of something.
Yeah. Let's hear it, folks. Tell us about your experiences in the comments.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch more of these. I'm going to skip to a few good ones.
Okay.
100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck.
Did you really just say you were going to skip to the good ones?
I saw this one. All right, I want your answer to this one because it's kind of appropriate. Crocs in public, acceptable or illegal?
I wear UFOs in public, and so it's
Croc adjacent.
Croc adjacent. I mean, there's the days of dressing up to go somewhere are unfortunately very dead. Hence all the Crocs and sweatpants and oversized hoodies, etc. I am still old enough to remember a time where when you flew on an airplane, women did it in a dress and men did it in a jacket and tie. Don't know if you remember.
They also had ashtrays in the armrest.
Ashtrays in the armrest, and so I understand.
No, I would trade evolution. That. I would wear a suit if I could smoke a cigar on an airplane.
Good point.
Yeah.
Oh, can you imagine?
Just a tube of unhealthiness.
That's right. So I'm indifferent on the Crocs thing. Depends what your definition of public is as well.
Yep. Well, buddy, this one's going long, so I'm going to give you two more. Okay. Two more. And these are somewhat related because they're kind of like business. Meetings that could have been emails. Thoughts?
Yes. If it can just be an email, do it. I am a fan of in-person meetings. I am not a fan of virtual meetings.
Oh, I hate the virtual. Like during COVID, I kind of liked it, and then when it was over, it's like, okay, it's enough.
Yeah, I am past the point, and I understand why it makes sense to have virtual meetings in some scenarios, but I hate them. But yeah, if you can tell me the information in an email, then just do that.
Yeah.
And then if we need to meet in person after that, yeah, then I'm okay with that.
And from a real estate perspective, if somebody wants to meet in person versus virtual signing, that's fine. I mean, that's not what my personal preference is. It's what theirs is.
Yeah.
There's a lot to go through. So yeah, but if I show up and it's a 45-second meeting, well, the getting ready for it took longer than the meeting.
Right.
Maybe it should be an email. Now, sometimes the committees we sit on, there's not much to talk about. They're over quick, and that's necessary. But yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Case by case. All right. This is one that is near and dear to my heart, and it has caused me, sorry for the rustling of paper, but it has caused me conflict in the past. Early, on time, slightly late.
Rule of thumb, always early. For me, I have my first wife, always late. My older brother, always late, to the point where we started telling him that things started at a different time than they actually did. I cannot stand people who are late.
I had a client tell me yesterday, and I believe they were kidding, but they told me that they told their partner that the showing started 15 minutes before it actually did, so they would be on time, and they were.
Yeah, and I mean, I believe it. There's a lot of people out there like that. I mean, again, my preference is early, but I'm totally fine with people who show up on time. But I do not tolerate tardiness very well.
If it is, yeah, I'm of the belief, and I've had this conversation with people that maybe you aren't watching this. If you're not 10 minutes early, you're late.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I truly believe that. I've had conversations with my wife where I say, I've got to go, I've got a showing. She says, when is it? And she's like, well, I tell her, and she says, well, that's 20 minutes from now. I'm like, yeah, but that's generally when I show up. Like, that's my time to be there. And there's a couple of reasons for that. I never want the client to show up before I did.
Right.
It can create weirdness if someone's home, whatever. You always want to be there when they get there.
Yeah. I like to
And
go
I
in
just-
and
I
turn the
think it's a
lights on and
respect
everything.
thing. Well, if you're doing a showing, yeah, you want to
Yeah.
go in and make sure everything's prepped. Now, the rule of thumb is, I think, that is generally accepted in Portage, is that if you book a showing at 3 o'clock, the homeowners are gone by 2:45.
Yeah.
So I've had them leave the minute before, but for the most part, 2:45.
Yeah.
You go in and you do what you got to do to make that house look the best it can possibly look, whether it's your listing or not. Turn the lights on, have everything ready for when the people walk in. Don't be scrambling around looking for light switches with the client. It's a little weird. Flip side of that, though, if it is 3 o'clock and it's 3:02, I'm texting the client and saying, "Are you still coming?"
Right.
Because, and 9 times out of 10, as I'm texting them, they're pulling up, and it's awkward because they receive the text as they're walking up the driveway. But I want to make sure they're actually on the way, and not, because if they don't answer, I'll actually sit there for a certain period of time,
Right,
and then I will leave just to make sure. How long would you wait before you left?
With no response, 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's about what I would do.
Yeah. If you get a response saying, "Sorry, I hit traffic," or whatever, hit a train, I'll be there in 10 minutes. Well, I'm going to go beyond my 15 minutes if you get correspondence from them.
Yeah.
But so that being said, I was recently late to an event, which I'm not perfect, despite what you think.
You're gonna tarnish yourself in my eyes now.
That's right. No, I was going to a luncheon put on by the United Way West Central.
Yeah, of course you were.
And last year it was at Canada Inn, so I made sure I gave myself enough time to be there 10 minutes early. I pull up to the Canada Inn, gather my stuff, I walk in the building, and as soon as I walked in the building and saw the sign right at the front door stating the events of the day and did not see the United Way, I then realized I have the wrong location.
Oh no.
So it was at Stride Place. So I hopped in the car, raced down to Stride Place. And then I found myself in the situation where, okay, now I'm late.
Were you speaking?
I was originally supposed to. Then the mayor turned out she could come. So
Good.
But I found myself in a position where now I'm there 5 minutes late, and I'm standing outside the room, and the Indigenous drum group is playing, and I wasn't sure if I should be walking in the middle of that or waiting outside until all of it was finished.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Mhm.
the lesson I learned is make sure you know where you're going and when, and then that won't happen.
It causes me a tremendous amount of anxiety to be late. for
Absolutely.
something. Walking into a room, maybe it goes back to school where you walk in and you're late and everyone turns their head and looks at you.
Yeah.
It's a terrible feeling.
Now, we often attend the same events,
Yep.
just given our shared roles. And I'm always early. You're always really early.
Yeah, Joe Massey and I are usually the first two guys sitting in
Yeah.
the committee room on a council meeting day.
Like, I always show up early, and when I pull up, Ryan's truck is always outside already.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And then there was, back when Melissa Draycott was on council, she got off work almost the same time as the meeting started.
Mm.
So it was always to the minute. And that would stress me out like crazy, because then everything's got to go perfectly.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody, that's a long episode.
It is a long episode, 2 in a row.
Yeah.
Okay, well, time to sign out for the Lucky 13 episode. Next week, number 14, what are we talking about?
Well, let's talk about, for one thing, if we really were the Justice League, sure, he's Batman, but I'm Superman.
Mm. Yeah, okay. So you're an alien from another planet. Makes sense.
It's true. Aren't we all? No.
That's an episode for another day.
That's a whole other topic.
We'll figure out what we're talking about. We'll let you know. We'll have a lot of fun with it. But until then, signing off for our Lucky 13 episode, keep it real.